Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the episode 1 of the Blue Knight cast. This is Blue Knight 7. Here to basically make a real serious step into content creation and try to make something that I hope will last and continue to grow. For a quick introduction on me, don't want to get into personal life, but I've been a lifelong gamer, especially of the Nintendo platforms. These days, I'm more of a Switch and PC combination gamer, uh, but I appreciate all the platforms for what they are, and just hope to start this channel where I talk about video games, gaming culture, and we'll try to do different things on here, but maybe I'll be reviewing some games, maybe I'll be reacting to gaming news. I hope to do some longer pieces talking about just the culture of gaming, where we are, where we've been, how it could be better. And hopefully we have some episodes where I'm chatting it up with some friends. We'll see how this goes. But today, just to get started, I wanted to talk about 5 games that could be for Switch 2. A couple we know probably will be. And one we know for sure will be. And just it's the 5 games I'm most looking forward to playing on Switch 2. And to be clear, I'm talking about first party Nintendo games. We'll save the others for later. So we'll get right into it here with the first game, which is the one we know is coming. Mario Kart 9. I'll call it Mario Kart 9 since we don't even have a title yet. And really, I will say, I have not seen a video game so studied, or a trailer or a teaser for a video game studied so hard. Even though we literally only had it was less than 10 seconds out of the Switch 2 teaser. But as someone who is not, it's like I play Mario Kart. I enjoy Mario Kart, but I can't say I'm a Mario Kart aficionado by any means. But to look at what little bit was shown in the teaser and what was speculated in the teaser, I'll recommend Good Vibes Gaming if you want a real thorough analysis where they tried to pick apart every frame and make guesses and speculate as to how this game will be. But it could be one of the better, probably one of the best Mario Kart games we've had. And what got me particularly interested in this game, one, it could be a good technical showcase for Switch, or it should be. Racing games normally aren't as demanding as other types of video games. So that's why a lot of your racing games have some of the best graphics. Look at Forza, look at Gran Turismo, Project Cars. You can make some ridiculously realistic looking racing games because they're racing games. In Mario Kart, no, we're not going for photorealism here. This is Nintendo. I'll have a stroke today. They actually do that. But with Mario Kart here, we see in the teaser, if you study the frames, you see a very large expanse. And it looks like there may be multiple tracks in an environment, like a sandbox. Closest thing I can think of right off the bat is Forza Horizon, let's say. And there's also some curious things about, there's a gas station. The fuel tanks seem very prominent on the new kart designs. This could be something where fuel is used as a mechanic. And with the much larger environments, Um, I wonder if we're getting something like Mario Kart Rally Racing, like longer road courses instead of just closed loops. I'm very interested to see how this game changes. It may be very different from prior Mario Karts. I think this is not going to be one where it's like Mario Kart 9, you get a few new tracks and you get some old tracks thrown in. I think this could be a Mario Kart that actually reinvents the wheel. And that's why I'm particularly interested in this iteration. Not so much the DK character design or the new character designs. By the way, I like the class, I call it classic now, 1990s on Donkey Kong Country character design. And when I see this newer one in the movie and the newer one for DK, I'm kind of meh. But with that, we'll carry on to the second game I'm looking forward to, Metroid Prime 4. Now, I know someone's going to say it's a Switch 1 game. I'm sure it still is. But this is one in particular where I'm looking to see how it handles Switch 2, how it interacts with Switch 2. It could just be a Switch 1 game that will play in backwards compatibility mode. But I think they're not going to let it lie with that. I think Retro Studios has been working on this game or have had it in their wings way too long. I think that they wouldn't let it go without doing something that benefits from Switch 2. Now, am I saying it's a proper Switch 2 graphics showcase? No. I don't think that. It's got Switch 1 bones in its code. But could they leverage the newer chip to add in some ray tracing? Could they do other things with the lighting effects? I think there's something there. And the question is how they're going to implement it. I think quite a few Switch 1 games will end up getting like a patch to upscale to 4K. Or somehow Switch 2 will have something baked in to let upscaling to 4K not be a difficult thing to accomplish with a Switch 1 game. But I'm looking at Metroid Prime 2 as this game that's probably coming along with a Switch 2 launch, or very close in time to it. And I can't help but think if there's a game that gets special treatment for cross-gen, it will be Metroid Prime 4. There may be two editions, a Switch 1 edition, a Switch 2 edition. There may just be a patch to upgrade the Switch 1 game. We'll see. I think there's a lot of unanswered questions about the Switch 2 and backward compatibility. But I do think Metroid Prime 2 may be the one true cross-gen game that comes at Switch launch. Besides that, though, I'm just a big Metroid Prime fan. The original Metroid Prime is one of my top 10 games of all time. To me, it took what was a very difficult side-scrolling game for me and made it 3D and made it a little more approachable for my younger self, to the point that I could go back to the 2D games and play them much better. But even as I played them, I thought, none of it stands up to Metroid Prime for me. I love Metroid Dread, but I'm really wanting to see Metroid Prime 4 finally released after about 7 years. A developer restart, and just a whole lot of silence in general on the game. The last trailer, the one teaser they did finally put out, blew me away. I want to see more, and can't wait to see more. And my guess, I was really hoping a Nintendo Direct would pop up before April 2nd, but if it doesn't, I'm sure it will be there. The third game I'll bring up, and no, this is not something that's been confirmed, but there has been a lot of rumors revolving around this. that I want to believe are true. And I want to believe they're true because I am always a sucker, a complete sucker for Star Fox. If you give me any kind of game that's Star Fox, I will buy it in the hopes that it's good. Now, yes, I have been disappointed before. I will say that. But Star Fox is my favorite Nintendo franchise. I will buy every one I can get. My personal favorite is the original Star Fox on Super NES, and I'm not knocking Star Fox 64. Both games are in my top 10 as well. But there is always something about the original on Super NES for me. Back when I was a 8-year-old kid, playing that game for the first time, it just amazed me. I know the polygons are laughable now, the frame rate's laughable now, but you got to understand, back then, that was something. That was really something. And I'm really hoping the next edition here is a good one. The main problem with Star Fox is, like I say, I love the first one. Star Fox 64, also excellent. Excellent. Star Fox 2 for Super NES, yes, I've been able to play it now. I like it. It's harder to appreciate it now, I guess. But since Star Fox 64, we have not had a truly great Star Fox game. And that's hurt the series. Star Fox Adventures, it's good for what it was, but it was sort of a side game. It was not what I would call a mainline game. Wouldn't mind seeing another if that's what we get next. Yeah, I'll buy it. It's But the next proper Star Fox game I got after that was Assault. I know some people love Assault. I really didn't. To me, they paid Namco to make a Star Fox game, and it wasn't really a Star Fox game. Star Fox Command, I personally really liked the game. It brought back more memories of the first Star Fox game. It was actually developed by Elliot Cuthbert, a lot of the originals who were involved. And it was good, but it was never followed up upon. Then we get Star Fox Zero 10 years after Command. I'll just say I played it. I liked it. The controls didn't bother me like some others did. But it really was not what I would call something on the level of Star Fox 64. Just no. And I think if it was redone as a remaster with more normal controls, and hey, that may be what we're getting in the near future. Who knows? But it might have a chance to be remembered better. But I just never felt like it was as good as what Star Fox 64 did. But whatever game we get, there's some rumors that it could be another Star Fox adventure game. I would welcome that just to see what they do. It wouldn't be made by Rare, I wouldn't think. We'd have to see what they actually did. But whatever it is, whether it's that or whether it's a proper get in the R-Wing and fly forward and shoot stuff and fly through obstacle courses, that's what I really want. The fourth game I'll bring up, and no, this is not confirmed in any way, but I want an actual F-Zero I can sink my teeth into. I love F-Zero 99. I played it a lot. Out of all of the online games you could play for Switch, I probably put the most hours in F-Zero 99. And I've always been an F-Zero fan. GX is a great game. There's been rumors for years that there was either a remake of F-Zero GX in development for Switch or maybe a new F-Zero game. I am hoping one of them is still true. I would take either. I would take a remastered GX for Switch or Switch 2. That game's amazing. For anybody who's never had a chance to play it on GameCube, find a way to play it. That's all. I'm not going to tell you how, but find a way to play it. It is a bare knuckle racing, high speed, very difficult. Unlocking everything requires perfection, basically. And it'd probably be the most challenging game released in the modern era if it was re-released or anything like that. But of course I would take a new F-Zero too. Either way, high speed racing, maximum graphics. This would be the technical showcase for Switch 2 if they made an F-Zero bespoke for Switch 2. And it would just be nice to see the series brought back after almost 20 years. Actually, it probably has been 20 years. And that's sad. The fifth game I will give up for today. And this is one, again, not announced. Been a little bit of rumors, but I really do believe it's happening. I believe we're getting a new Donkey Kong game. I believe it will come very soon for Switch. And I'm going to give a couple of theories as to what it could be. But let me explain why I think this is true. They have marketed the fire out of Donkey Kong the last year or so, when you think about it. And the funny part is all the marketing seemed to be focused on this Forever Entertainment Donkey Kong Returns HD port that they released. Now, that game has been derided a lot on the net. I understand why. I understand why Forever Entertainment was a questionable choice for porting this game over to Switch. I've seen the videos where they did the technical comparisons and shown how the sun disappears out of the sky and all the random stuff. I get it. But what got me, what I noticed, and what I noticed as everybody was frothing at the mouth for the Switch 2 teaser announcement that never came, all the while getting frustrated as can be over all the Donkey Kong Returns HD marketing. They were really trying to sell that game. They were really trying to get people interested in DK. They had already released Tropical Freeze, and I believe it was the second year of the Switch, so they couldn't really go to it. But they were really, really trying to market this game. And I don't think it's because they paid Forever Entertainment a lot of money. I think it's because they really wanted people, if they weren't into DK, if they weren't invested in the Donkey Kong franchise as a franchise, they wanted them to get invested. Now, why is that? Well, they did open a big new theme section to Universal Studios, the theme park. Donkey Kong Country now neighbors the Super Mario World attraction. But I don't think it's just for that reason. I think all of this is just a big investment into DK. Now, why is that? There's probably some kind of a Donkey Kong movie coming for Switch, or coming for the theaters, I should say. There probably is some investment like that along the way. But also, I think they're just planning on making some games. Donkey Kong has not been like their biggest franchise for games. but the characters near and dear to their history, going back to the original Donkey Kong arcade game. And my guess is there's some major video game project in development, and it'll be coming for Switch 2. And they really wanted to use that Donkey Kong Country Returns HD to stir up interest. Keep in mind, a year before that, we was also getting Mario versus Donkey Kong March of the Pennies or whatever remake. So all of this to me is like just sort of a slow burn build up to promote Donkey Kong. And I think there really will be a game. Now, what is it? I'm going to give a few theories. I'll give you mine at the end, which is probably least likely to happen, but to me it'd be great. It could be a Donkey Kong Country Returns sequel, because when you think about it, everything kind of feeds into that. But I have a problem with that, and my main problem is who would be making it. Rare made the originals, so I wouldn't expect that. Playtonic Games, the indie developer behind Yooka-Laylee now, their key staff worked on Donkey Kong Country, but I don't think Nintendo is working with them right now. I know they seem very focused on putting out their remake of Yooka-Laylee called Yooka-Replaylee. What I do think could be happening is Nintendo's Eternal Studios could just be working on a Donkey Kong game. Let's drop the country part of the title. I don't think they're as focused on that. But I do think they could be working on some sort of a Donkey Kong game. Remember, Nintendo Tokyo did Jungle Beat back on the GameCube before they started really making Mario games. And I think it could be Nintendo Tokyo again. Now, I know everybody has been assuming they're working on a 3D Mario, and I'm not saying they aren't. I think they're going to have one. I didn't really put it in my 5 list here because I know it's coming. The other games excited me more. But what I think could be happening, and I will tie it into that game, is I wonder if we're getting a Mario game, a 3D Mario game, where Donkey Kong just features very prominently, to the point you can call it a Donkey Kong game or you can call it a Mario game, just depending on who you want to go from. There has been some different rumors about what's been going on. There has been a rumor Nintendo is working on a Donkey Kong game internally. And, most people just expect them to be working on a 3D Mario. But what if it's the same game? And I know that's not something everybody may want to hear, but I just think it could be something like that, where maybe Mario and DK are co-op in a game. Much like the scene in the Mario movie where they're running through a Mario-like level. And Donkey Kong was able to benefit from Mario power-ups. What if it's something like that? And also, they had sequences where they were karting on the Rainbow Road. I know that was Mario Kart. But what if it really is sort of a game where DK and Mario are just tag teaming their way through the game? I don't think it's that far off. I don't think it's crazy. Think of all the characters they injected into Super Mario Wonder. Why couldn't they do something with DK? I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to try to keep coming up with different topics and put the content out regular. I'm not sure how regular, but I'm going to try to do it as often as I can. And if you watch this, thank you. Please like and subscribe. I actually want to grow my channel. I know it's small right now, but I actually want to grow it. Please like, subscribe. I'll try to keep putting out content regular. If you have time to comment, comment of what Nintendo game you are really looking forward to for Switch 2. Thank you all, and good day.